Hello and greetings from Iceland, but today's video is mostly about the weather up here, close by the Arctic Circle. But we have this thing called the Icelandic Spring, making it a kind of national sport to complain about the weather. In fact, it's a bigger sport than football, and I'm actually quite good at it. So good that I'm sharing some of my complaints with you today with some footage that I have been shooting recently. But there is no denying to it that the weather up here can be pretty lame. In fact, the Icelandic Spring can be just as lame as Icelandic bakeries. But I grew up ignorant, as most of us, of course, back in those days when we didn't travel as much as we do now, and before the internet, or when we all believed that the selection of bread we had here was some kind of norm. The selection is always miserable. So to be brutally honest, there are things in my country that could, of course, be better. But enough about that for now. The spring in 2022 started actually quite well here in northern Iceland. We even got some spring-like mood in December, when those warm days triggered the local river that sent us a big brown splash, like it was May. But then the winter took off again, and it could have been better. It could have been worse. We got plenty of snow, but nothing out of the ordinary though, up north. And the so-called spring started actually quite well. We got a good week that melted most of the snow. We could go out to do some garden work, but of course we have to use our own methods to plant them flowers so early in the year. I even uploaded a special spring video the other day that I'm linking to, as I rushed out to get some sun in my face, and for a while things just looked really good, although Akureyri is into the yellow color palette these days, or the colors I really don't like when it comes to photography. But this was shot only a few days ago, but I didn't mind. I could for the first time for a long time fly the drone without warm gloves, not afraid that I would drop down from a frosty cloud like my old drone did last December. And Mother Nature is sarcastic around here, so at least my drone fell straight into a cemetery after a motor failure due to moisture in the air. And after doing a bit of flying around in the last days, adjusting the settings on the new drone and getting my mojo back as a drone pilot, we got the white stuff again. Oh yes, and what a bummer. I had to shovel snow to make a landing platform just a few days ago, but the plan was to capture some of the nice sunspots between the nasty clouds that were moving fast above me. But that didn't work out. I flew directly into this and almost crashed as I was landing, flying fast from this sudden snowstorm. That's really not good for my drone. And after the snowstorm we got this gloomy weather for a day, and then we got this, or the picture perfect winter footage. But I won't be able to upload this to photo stock agencies as spring footage. This is pure winter footage. The Icelandic football season is about to start in 10 days or so, and I found the local team practicing as I was driving around the clubhouse today. The practice field seems to have a geothermal heating system, so it's usable during winters. But this is, however, how the other football fields in town look like now. So they are talking about to move the first match to another town. And the local football club used the chance to complain about the weather as me, so they can get some money for improvements. And this is Iceland today. YouTube is full of wonderful images of my country, and most often shot during the best conditions. So I was in fact planning to offer something different, like the yellow footage, since it's not so much of that out there, but I will have to wait for the yellow season to come again. And as we look north from here, we tend to forget that we are only about 100 kilometers from the Arctic Circle, and we even have a better climate here up north than in Reykjavik, where it's just wind and rain for the most part of the year. At least we have some decent extremes around here up north, because that's what often provides me with something different to bring home. But the days now, they only offer winter footage. We will, however, get some northern lights tonight, but my Nikon is in Sweden, being repaired, hopefully close by a decent bakery. But one of my points with this video is to mention that the mentality of Icelanders includes mood swings that follow the local weather, especially here in the north, where we get those cold springs sometimes, with the northern winds, or when the summer comes late or not at all, which can happen. And when so occurs, people tend to get a bit crazy or depressed. Not even to go shopping in a warm shopping mall can't fix that. And that's when Icelanders flock out of the country by the thousands, looking for sun, booze and bakeries. And then they come back, like my sister coming back from Italy the other day with Italian bread that almost made me cry. There is hope after all, when travelers bring those things back from the mainland. But I don't think there is any hope for Icelandic bakeries. And at least I can say that the Icelandic spring can be good from time to time, but the bread selection is always lame. And with that, I'm sending you best regards from Iceland, a nation in crisis when it comes to bread. And be my guest to move up here and open up a bakery.